Hey everybody, Kellen Nitro for Nitro Maniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited, and I, like much of you, was watching Twitter over the past few days or so, especially over the weekend, and the hashtag Speaking Out movement that had started in the aftermath of the David Starr sexual assault allegations that broke in the UK. I want to say about Thursday our time. It was Thursday, Friday in North American time. It might have been earlier over in the UK. So basically, after the David Starr allegations were outed and Starr issued a response to the allegations, we've seen a bunch of allegations and just stories on this hashtag Speaking Out thread. A majority of them from female workers regarding bullying and sexual assault situations when they were getting trained, to working independent shows in the UK, and then it spilled into North America and the North American indie scene shortly thereafter. I want to say we started seeing accusations and statements of cases ongoing and so on and so forth as early as Friday into Saturday, even on Twitter, and different acknowledgments that, you know, this is stuff that has happened in the past, and stuff that, you know, in the case of Matt Riddle, the law and the courts are looking into. That's, to me, one of the bigger names is Matt Riddle being implicated off of this, and so on and on and on. And I mean, like, you can go to Reddit and take a look at the list of names and that stuff. At one time it was 20. I think there's more than 20 right now that are accused and or have been proven in the past to have let's say participated in such conduct and such, or have been accused or allegedly accused of such conduct. So I am recording this on a Tuesday night after a Monday that's seen the Sammy Guevara situation kind of roll out here and play out on Twitter and throughout the day, where Guevara basically apologized to Sasha Banks in response to lewd comments made on a podcast a couple years ago or so, before AEW and before Sammy Guevara had his contract with AEW. AEW has gone and basically suspended Guevara for the immediate future, basically de-pushing him for the moment. He was due to have a match this Wednesday on Dynamite with Matt Hardy. That's not happened already. Santana of the Proud and Powerful tag team has took his place in that match, and basically it's going to be that match on Dynamite. Guevara's paycheck, I think, is going to a local Jacksonville, Florida women's shelter. Guevara will be sent to sensitivity training, I believe, is the end result of this. AEW has also done kind of a similar thing with Jimmy Havoc, who has been implicated in the hashtag Speaking Out Twitter thing, and dozens and dozens of names. You can go over to Reddit, over on Squared Circle on Reddit. There is a sticky post at the top of their forum that is a fleshed out thread around the not only British wrestling scene's sexual assault allegations, but it includes all the independent stuff in the US as well. My real takeaway point on this is good if the implicated in this are indeed proven guilty in court, or have been proven guilty in court in the past, to this type of action and that stuff, then yeah, they don't deserve to be anywhere where they could benefit from the fruits of pro wrestling in any way of fame and fortune, and so on and so forth. Now, that's a lot of your favorite workers, potentially, and that's a lot of, could potentially be a lot of my favorite workers as well. I mean, hell, I'm wearing an Inner Circle shirt as I talk to you right now, and have become a fan of Sammy throughout the past few months over in AEW. But, it's a situation where, yeah, let's out these people for their wrongdoings, for sure. If this is a situation much like the Black Lives Matter thing, where, it brings about change, and a positive change, and at least understanding from fans and workers on, this situation, and so on and so forth, then it might lead to a better pro wrestling future in 2020 and beyond, 2021. My buddy Ryan, who does all the artwork for all the logoing and that stuff on Nitromaniac TV, really hit me up here with an awesome tweet a couple of days ago. I'm trying to find it right now. I believe this is his exact words out of everything. And this is right when the information was starting to break on Friday. So his tweet really sums it. It was actually a couple tweets. It really sums it up. 2020 feels gross, but hopefully we will look back on this year as a time of a lot of change to make a better world for 2021 and beyond. A lot can be said about this year that is negative, but a positive I have seen is that there are a lot of decent humans out there willing to stand up for one another, and that's exactly the message and the take that I want to take away from this, is that there's a huge community of fans and fellow wrestlers and sports entertainment orientated people, or wrestling orientated people, whatever you want to call it, that do a lot of good. I was involved with a wrestling event for charity last year. First time ever that I've ever put my name down or any of my YouTube properties or anything down as a sponsor for a charity event. And I do it again in a heartbeat because the people I was working with this thing were awesome. That goes and kudos and public shout out to Mike Cook and everybody over at Mike Cook Media that put that on, and the PWA. It was a phenomenal event to be a part of and to associate my name on, and we did a lot of good. We raised, I think, upwards to 26,000 for kids with cancer, and it's a really, that's not a drop in a bucket. That's a lot of money going to a bunch of kids that need it. So that's one of many, and there's lots of great people in this industry that their deeds need to be talked about as well. We've seen a lot of negative over the past few days or so with the hashtag Speaking Out movement, and rightfully so. But to see a lot of positive come out of this, maybe in 2 or 3 years time, where it's a lot like Hollywood, where Hollywood right now is kind of cleaning itself up too off of the Me Too movement after the Weinstein stuff in 2017, thankfully Weinstein's being sent to prison. Good, get him out of here. The same with these these people, if they're implicated in the court of law and their acts are criminal and that stuff, good, get them off our TVs, get them out of here. We don't need these people just kind of clouding up the business basically for fans and creating a stigma. Pro wrestling in itself has such a bad stigma about it that it needs to be, something like this we could really be seen as leaders instead of followers, if you catch my drift. If you can get this. Now, I know that also that leads into the debate of cancel culture and, whether cancel culture is a good thing, whether it's a bad thing and that stuff. I think with this, it's a huge amount of names that were implicated with this. I think, honestly, you have to take it name by name by name and take a look at each individual case and each person and let them either play it out in a court of law or if it's already been done and they have a track record of abuse and sexual assault, what have you, get that individual out of there. Get them out of there for good. Even tonight, another thing that I glossed over was Impact to let go of Joey Ryan. And I believe one of the Christ brothers, Dave Christ, and there was a third, Michael Elgin, had been suspended because of his previous sexual assault, case. I think is still ongoing. Maybe not. Put in the comments below if you know the definitive answer of it. But yeah, with those 3 names, then yeah, if they're found guilty or if they're proven in the legal system or the court that they have done wrongdoing, then they don't deserve to be on TV. They don't deserve pushes or anything like that. Now, pro wrestling being as it is, do they resurface in a few years' time? Maybe. That's just the nature of the beast. It's go away for 3 or 4 years and then come back when the water is gentler in the pool, I guess. But if there's enough of a change out of this, there has to be a huge change out of this. Then maybe these people are either A, intimidated enough to the point where they don't come back, or B, if they do try to come back, we're all smarter and can take a look at it and as fans kind of boycott them, and that sends a message to the promotions to not push these individuals. And then that kind of comes back to us, where we see people who kind of came up the right way or the cleaner way and that stuff. And that basically is the bottom line of it. I know I kind of rambled a little bit of it, but this has been just playing on my mind for the past few days or so. I've been kind of taking a look at it. I'm 100% for these women speaking out, and good on them for doing so. And I mean, it's a thing where I'm trying to get more educated, of course, with the ongoing things with like the Black Lives Matter and the civil rights movement in the States, but also the battle against sexual assaults and that stuff, and what we can do to as a public kind of hopefully one day live in a world where we can eliminate such crimes. But by doing this, we have to learn first, and movements like this shine a spotlight on what's happening. And if there's a problem, and there is a problem, then we can take the appropriate steps to fix it. So I certainly hope that this is a watershed moment in pro wrestling in 2020. It definitely will make the year-end show for sure, especially if this is ongoing, because let's face it, when the Me Too movement really picked up steam on Twitter in 2017, I kind of was talking with some friends and that stuff, and was saying, I wonder how long this will take to reach the pro wrestling world, because no doubt with the checkered history of certain individuals in the pro wrestling world and that stuff, maybe there's a lot more to this iceberg than there is. I use the iceberg analogy a lot here, but there is. So anyways, those are just my thoughts tonight. If you got more, put them down below. If you got any questions or concerns or whatever, if you just want to reach out yourself, everything's open, all my social medias and everything, or just put it in comments or anything. I guess my big question is, does this basically turn you off of now? If you weren't watching WWE, if you were just watching independent wrestling and AEW, or independent wrestling and New Japan, or whatever, or just Impact, or whatever promotion was your favorite right now, does this turn you off of wrestling for a while? Just all these accusations, and some are fact and some are being proven as we speak, or disproven as we speak. This all has to be aired out in courts of law all over the world, and in the States and in the UK and that stuff. But so what's your feelings on this? Yeah, put your comments below for sure. Let's get a discussion going on this, because I'd love to, again, like to see a few more facets of what people's thought patterns are here, because this is a huge watershed moment. I think it's one of the biggest moments of the year so far in pro wrestling. Post them below. All right, folks, later days, happy wrestling watching. New content is upcoming, so stay tuned, but watch for it here in this space. And sorry for all the cuts in this video and that stuff. I just kind of trailed off in some places, and it takes me a few times to really nail in what I really want to say, speaking from the heart as such. So again, later days, happy wrestling watching. We'll see you guys.